Hi everyone, my name is Moondust and welcome to my channel if you are new, or welcome back if you're returning. It's great to see you again. Today we are going to be starting a brand new series on the channel which is called Cursed. I've been wanting to do this series for so long and I'm so excited to finally be starting it, especially because it's the month of October and I feel like it's the perfect timing to jump on this series. So you're probably wondering what this series is, and let me tell you. So this series was already created by multiple different simmers, essentially. Like, I don't really want to take credit because I basically just mashed a bunch of different people's ideas together, but I basically rewrote this challenge, and I linked in the description below a WordPress document that I very meticulously laid everything out for you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments below. If you do decide to try this challenge on your own, let me know in the comments below. I want to know how it's going. But yeah, feel free to pause the video and go click it and go read. Or stick around and I'm going to try my best to explain it without boring you. So I kind of created like a storybook, and the way it works is just like a book. You have a prequel, you have chapters, and in order to move on to the next chapter, you have to complete the current chapter that you're on. And it's going to be a legacy challenge at the same time that is 5 generations long and is focusing on the spellcasters or the witches, which is why I said it's perfect for October. And I'm very excited because I personally have really not played at all with spellcasters, and I'm really excited to get into it. So without further ado, let's dip our toes into chapter 1, and I'm going to read you our storyline. Chapter 1, The Inheritance, Generation 1. After a series of unfortunate events, you become homeless and lose everything. Just when it seems like all hope is lost, you get a phone call informing you that your great aunt has passed away and left you their inheritance, a home and a small sum of cash. With limited options at your disposal, you travel to the estate only to find the smoldering remains of what it once was. Gobsmacked by the thought of how beautiful the place must have been, you become devoted to its restoration. As time goes on, you quickly realize the house is not only haunted, but hiding many secrets about your family's history. Okay, you guys, so if you do not want spoilers, you probably shouldn't watch this series, and you should just try your best to play this challenge on your own and only read it chapter by chapter. But I am going to be revealing spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so basically, let me show you our house. So I laid out suggestions of what you should have when you create your house, but this is my house, and I did not build this house. I am not a builder, so I am going to really quickly show you on the gallery who built this house. Okay, you guys, so this is the original house, and it was created by YouTuber Rachel Ped. I will link both her channel and the video of her creating this build in the description below. But basically, I knew I wanted a gorgeous house that was haunted. So that is how I came across her house. Plus, her house I thought was just perfect. So that's how we went with that. Next, I had to destroy the house, so I burned a lot of furniture, and I got this idea from Deligracy's Rags to Restoration challenge, which again, linked in the description below, and if you click on the WordPress document, it's linked at the top of the document. But anyways, I digress. I also got another fellow YouTuber who is a pro at this. She has multiple restoration challenges on her channel and has helped other YouTubers destroy buildings, and her name is Icon Sinister. I'm going to link her channel and her restoration series in the description below as well. There's going to be so many links down there, so definitely make sure you check. But I asked her if she would help me kind of destroy the house, and she was kind enough to say yes. And I'm so grateful because I tried to destroy the house myself, and let me tell you, I did not come close to the perfection and the fun that she created for me, and I'm so excited and so grateful for her. So again, Icon Sinister helped me destroy the house. Rachel Ped was the original creator. So we're going to take a quick tour of the house. We're not going to look too closely because we still want to kind of be surprised later on. But we'll do a quick 360. So we have the front of the house here with like a little porch that's very overgrown and destroyed, and like everything's burnt. You can see we actually have to replace it. There is like a little log we can nap on out here, and there's also a pea bush we can either nap on. And then if we keep going, we have a little graveyard back here. It looks like a car got stuck going through the gates. We got another little porch area back here, and you can see like the house has really thoroughly been destroyed. Now there's another porch over here, some paranormal activity going on, and then it wraps around. Don't mind the Sims standing there. I will introduce you to them in just a second. And then we're gonna kind of look at the house. So in my WordPress document, I kind of gave you guys like a suggestion of what you want to do if you're doing this challenge. So if you want to use the house I'm playing with, you can go to Icon Sinister on the gallery and download it. The only changes you'll notice is I did add a few things here and there. Like I added like a bunny house and birds. Like there might be a few things missing. And in additional, you might want to burn some furniture. So what I would suggest if you use this house is to put a basement, because there's not currently a basement. Drag all the furniture you want to burn into the basement and then start a giant fire in the basement and then put all the furniture back. But that's very complicated. You can use any house you want. You don't have to use this house. But I put in the WordPress document like suggestions. Like you should at least have a kitchen. So like our kitchen's over here. You should at least have a bathroom, a living room, a dining room. Like you should have the basics. And then, so this is our first floor. You can see it's very dark and hard to see because we don't have lights. So we're going to be restoring everything. And then this is the second floor. There's a big hole. Again, we're going to be restoring everything. And if you check the WordPress document, you'll see that one of the requirements I had is one room to be kind of witchy with like a ladder that goes to the attic that also has witch stuff in it. So again, there's our attic, and you can see there's like a really magical witchy book up here. So essentially, like I said, spoilers, the first chapter you're just restoring the home, and then the second chapter you should be done restoring the home, and you get into the attic and you find a book that basically reveals that you come from a long line of spellcasters, and that is what starts the whole spellcaster witch legacy thing. So if you're still here and I didn't bore you off, welcome. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this challenge. I am so excited to play it. So there's only a few more things that I want to cover. So this is the sim we're going to be playing with, and her name is Ophelia Bishop. So she actually comes from her own small little legacy. So she has her parents, which her mom is actually the sim from my Asylum challenge, which is on the channel if you want to check it out. But if you don't want to check it out, I promise you're not missing anything. It's literally just her mother, who passed away from old age. And then her mother had a mom as well. So her mom died by death from drowning, and that is Ophelia's grandmother. And then our grandma had a sister who would be our great aunt Kimmy, and this was Kimmy's house. So basically the family's cursed, everybody has bad luck, everybody died young, etc, etc, etc. So basically Kimmy is the descendant that left Ophelia the house, and Kimmy died in a fire. So that is why this was her house, and a lot of the furniture is burnt and stuff like that. So in addition to the house being destroyed and us having to clean it, I kind of wanted to do the every lot challenge as well. And I do have stipulations on how we are going to remove the lot challenges. So I just wanted to really quickly show you. Okay, so this is our lot. It's Great Auntie's house. And it has every single challenge that I could put on the lot. This is not a challenge because it is a mod, and this one won't let me put it for whatever reason. It's because we have a haunted house residential. So we have 13 traits, plus we have the haunted house residential, which is technically a 14th trait. Then I gave us cat and dogs because that's going to be like the most annoying non-challenge that I could possibly think of. So that's 15, 16. Then we have island spirits, which is so 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, right? And then there's other things that we have to deal with as well. So if I go to our game options, part of the curse is that our Sims age extremely fast. So we have Sim lifespan set to short. I'm also counting that as a lot challenge. And then the last thing I'm counting as kind of a lot challenge is my current Sim and each one of her descendants will have a bad trait as part of the curse. So her bad trait, or quote unquote bad, some people might not think it's that bad, is paranoid. And that is another thing we can remove in addition to all the other things. And I put in the WordPress document the stipulations that we need to do in order to remove things. So I'll just tell you a few things that we can do. For example, we can pay $5,000, but that's going to be something that I try to avoid because we're not going to have a lot of money in this series, for one, and for two, it just seems like the easiest option. Other things we can do is get to level 5 of a skill or level 5 of a career, get to level 10 of a skill or level 10 of a career, complete a page of an aspiration. So for example, we have to complete the Mansion Baron aspiration, and just by putting her on this lot, she already got the Estate of the Art milestone. However, I'm not going to count this even though it's checked off. I'm going to make her actually have to get 15 pieces of art and all this stuff. So yeah, and I think I'm going to have her restore maybe $50,000 worth of objects. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but once I have proved to myself that I had done this part, then I will allow myself to take off one lot trait and stuff like that. Okay, you guys, hopefully your face doesn't look like Ophelia's face right now, because I know first parts can always be overwhelming and sometimes boring with all the talking going on and not a lot of gameplay. So again, the description's going to be your best friend. I'm going to do my best to put timestamps in case you guys want to jump ahead or skip to certain parts. But right now, I'm going to be reading directly off the WordPress document if you guys want to pull it up and follow along. Otherwise, I'm going to be putting what I am reading on the screen for you guys to follow. So I just want to give credit where credit's due. So the original creator of the Witch Legacy that I rewrote was Najada Coffee. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. She is a non-English simmer. I will link her channel in the description below. She had somebody translate her challenge from her language to English, and I personally found it just a little bit confusing. So that was part of the reason I wanted to rewrite it. I also included aspects of Rejewel's Homescape challenge in this challenge, and I got ideas from Deligracy's Rags to Riches, Rags to Restoration, as well as James Turner's Lot Challenge. And like I said, Icon Sinister helped me as well, but I got inspiration from her Wheels of Chaos challenge, as well as 2 other YouTubers, because I was trying to do like my research before starting this to see like how other simmers are approaching these challenges. So I really enjoyed Amanda Plays Sims restoration homescape challenge, as well as Simmer Shona. She is doing a restoration challenge as well. Again, all in the description below. I'm a broken record, I know. Nextly, I just want to say that this challenge has not been play tested. I'm playing it through for the first time as you see me post the videos. So if something's too easy, like I currently have, for example, I currently have a restriction to open doors being $1,000. If that's too easy, I might add more restrictions in the future. Like I know the Homescapes challenge has you complete a whole milestone of an aspiration to open a door. Or if something's too hard, I might change it later. But if you are doing this challenge yourself, please feel free to bend the rules for your own gameplay to your liking. And, you know, just remember at the end of the day, you just want to have fun. Okay. So I already introduced you to Ophelia, and you can see she is kind of dirty in her face. Her clothes are kind of torn. Her pants are kind of dirty, and her shoes are kind of destroyed. My backstory for her is that her mother passed away at a really young age, and she fell into the foster care system, later aging out of the foster care system and becoming homeless before she inherited the house. This is her only outfit. Her sleepwear, her formal wear, her everything, this is her only outfit. So if I want to unlock more outfits, my stipulation is I have to find a dresser in the house, find laundry in the house, find a clothesline, and find something. So that is a thing that I am doing for myself. If you didn't see earlier, her current traits are paranoid, freegan, an art lover, and business savvy. I gave her paranoid because she has really bad luck. Her family has really bad luck because they're cursed, so it makes sense she would be paranoid. I gave her art lover because she's basically restoring a house and kind of being, in a way, an interior designer, so I thought it made sense. And then freegan just because she's been living that homeless lifestyle for a minute now. So I did show you our family tree, that we have our parents and our grandmother's sister, aka our great aunt. And I did include them all in our graveyard over here. So all of these gravestones, I believe, are decorative except for this one, and this one. So if I want to, I can actually summon the ghost. These ghosts are actually going to be haunting us and causing chaos and destroying things or scaring us and etc. And I think it's going to add a lot to the fun. If you guys watched my Asylum challenge, you might enjoy seeing Alex because she was the sim I played that challenge with. As far as the world we are playing in, I decided I wanted to put us in the Copperdale world. So if I just really quickly show you the map. So our house is right here, and this is kind of the Prescott Square. It says, named after Copperdale's founder, Jasper Prescott, the town square is a quaint hub for all after-school hangouts for the fashion-forward teens, blah, 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 blah. Basically, this seemed like a historical part of town. It looks like it has kind of like a town hall here, even though it's the library. And it's been kind of built up, but you can see over here it's still kind of woodsy. So I imagine that this house has been here for centuries when this was all forest, and that the world kind of developed around the house, and the house hasn't moved. And I'm sure like the homeowners society and everything has complained about the house and wanted the house torn down, and it just hasn't happened yet. And we have the carnival over here with the haunted house, and I kind of like to imagine that this haunted house was created after this. Like, this is what inspired that ride, and I kind of like that story. We also have Jack, which is just a ghost, our father in the world. And I put Nikki's sim self in the world as well because I thought it would be nice to at least have one friend. And we are going to be calling Nikki in the future to help us with the house, which I will explain in a second. Another thing I will be doing is when I remove lot traits from the house, I will be doing it at random. So I will either number the traits and then roll for a number and remove that trait, or I will put all the traits into a wheel and spin the wheel, and we will do it that way. One or the other. We're going to do it at random because it adds more chaos, and I like that. Okay, and now we are just going to do some of the setup for chapter 1. We have to start with $1,000, and then we have to lock every single door because we have to pay to unlock doors, and it actually costs $1,000 to unlock a door to start restoring a room. For this chapter, our requirements are not only to restore the house, but we're going to restore every part of the house except for the witch part. The witch part, Gen 2 will restore. We're going to try our best to complete the Mansion Baron aspiration. I've never done it before. I don't know how hard it is, but because we're already restoring a house, I thought it might make sense to attempt to do this aspiration. Like I said, if it's too hard, I haven't play tested the challenge yet. I will change it as needed. I also want to try to get to level 10 in gardening, herbalism, and flower arrangements. I want to reach level 10 in the gardener career and choose the florist branch. And I want to have the next generation as soon as possible for a few reasons. The most notable reason is I don't want Gen 1 to do anything witchy whatsoever, and that includes paranormal things. We are living in a haunted house, and part of dealing with a haunted house is doing seances and stuff, which I want to try my best not to have Gen 1 do any of the medium skill, any of the seances. So I want Gen 2 to do that, which means I want to have Gen 2 as fast as possible so that like she can be a teenager and help us out with that stuff. I also want to try to avoid doing witch stuff with Gen 1, like planting witch plants and stuff, like the mandrake and stuff like that, and only have Gen 2 do that. But again, we'll kind of play it by ear and do it as we go. Because I have the cat and dog trait, I want to try to complete the feather collection. I also know that when you complete the feather collection, you can create a really cool owl that looks witchy, so I thought it made sense. It also can be really cool art to hang on the walls. And again, another optional thing is I want to try to get a color, a flower that represents each color of the rainbow, because it kind of goes with the storyline that I wrote, and I thought it would be a fun challenge to try to do. And yeah, I believe that is everything that I want to do for this generation. So we already have the $1,000. She is currently scared because she's afraid of the dark. She is looming dread from fear of the dark, and she has seismophobia from the lot trait of this being a tremor zone. So she's not happy, but her needs are good because I made sure she had good needs since we are starting a new challenge. So let's go ahead and get her that job, which we will later on branch into the flower career. Okay, we are off the grid, so we are unable to get a job until we leave the lot, maybe, to be able to use electricity. That's another thing. So in this world, we could go over here to cook things. However, because we have the lot trait simple living, even though this is technically off the lot, it won't let us unless we have ingredients. So already off to a great easy start, aren't we? All right. So the last thing I want to show you guys before we jump into gameplay is the rules for restoring things. So I already told you to unlock a door is going to be $1,000, and the rules to remove lot traits or challenges. But there's also, like I said, Nikki helped me destroy the house, and Nikki's been kind of a pro. She's been doing this for a while, so she kind of created her own rules and her own flyer. So that is why I said I wanted to be friends with her and maybe call her up to help us with the repairs. So this sim over here is Icon Sinister's Simself, and I think she's so cute. Like, look how adorable her outfit is. I didn't even know this shirt was in the game. Like, slay, girl, slay. But Anyways, I'm going to put the flyer on the screen now. So anytime we have something that is too big for our Sims to remove with their hands, or something that the game won't let our Sim pick up, but realistically in real life we could pick up, like let's say papers on the floor, that is free. If there's like a wall hole we need to patch or something like that, that's small, that's $30. But you'll see as we get into bigger projects like restoring a hole in the floor, that can cost up to $2,000. Or if we need to tow, let's say we want to get rid of this big tree in the yard, that would be an extra large project, which would be $1,000. So I thought it would be kind of fun because it would be nice for our Sim to know somebody and to have a friend. I thought it would be nice if every time we needed to actually like tow something, we actually called the person who owns the towing company and everything, and we would actually call Nikki. So that's why I put her in the game, so we could have a friend, and it gives us social when we have to tow something if we call her, because currently we don't have any other Sims in the household but her, and really the only other social she's going to be getting is from the ghosts that haunt the lot. So I thought it would be nice for us to have at least one ally. Hopefully we can become friends, and I thought it would be cute to call her every time we have to do repairs. So let's really quickly come over here and give her a friendly introduction, and hopefully she will be our friend. Maybe she'll like a funny introduction. We can try to be silly, but because we're terrified, it's probably going to be a really awkward joke. Hopefully we don't scream incoherently at her. She's tense, and I don't blame her. Anybody on this lot, I think, would be tense. But it does say we're having a funny conversation. And at the very least, we now have her in our contacts down at the bottom of the screen. So we're able to call her if we need repairs, which is what I wanted. The next thing I wanted to check is our bills. So I just finished the Asylum challenge, and my bills were insanely high. They were $6,000, so I'm kind of scared to see what the bills for this place are going to be. Okay, $1,526. That's not so bad. I'm expecting it's going to go up as we restore things, but for now, I feel like it's not that bad. Although, we currently are broke, so that's something. So you kind of have to be smart when you start this challenge, because you start the challenge with $1,000, and to get into the house, you have to pay the locksmith $1,000 just to unlock one of the doors. So we're probably going to be living outside of the house for a while, which is why I gave us a pea bush and a little log to sleep on over here. Now, a fun surprise Nikki left for me was, as soon as I hit play, I started to notice we weren't the only ones living on the lot. So you'll see we have a black chicken called Elvis over here, and we also have another black chicken called Elvira. And at first I thought they were just black chickens. Oh no, these are no ordinary chickens, you guys. They have flaming eyeballs and are obsidian chickens. So that was a fun little surprise she left for me, but also it kind of throws like a wrench in my plans, because instead of prioritizing like getting into the house, I feel like I have to prioritize these little guys, because you can see they're not happy because they don't have a coop. So I think that is going to be the first thing we buy. I think we're going to buy a little chicken coop, and we're going to put it in this corner, because honestly, we don't have a lot of room on this lot, and I feel like that's the only place we could possibly put it. But we need to make room. And in order to make room, we need a trash can, because we don't currently have a trash can. So I think that is going to be our first purchase. Okay, so I should really get the cheapest trash can they have, which appears to be this galactic one. And this galactic one kind of looks like it's a barrel, so theoretically we could probably drag this around with us if we needed to. How much is this one? This one's only $5 more, and kind of makes more sense than a space trash can, I guess. We also have this one for the same price, but this one is a oil drum. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for this one because it's the one that looks most like a trash can, and I feel like realistically she could grab the rim of this and drag it, whereas a trash can like this, you really can't move. It's more static. So we'll get this one, and if I have to move it around the lot with us, I will, because I feel like it's realistic that she would be able to drag it herself. I'm going to put it over here for the time being, and we're going to come try to clear a spot for the chickens. But first, before we do that, can we possibly get a little bit more friendly with our friends? Should we scream incoherently? I think not. You know, I actually learned a trick which might be good to use in this situation, especially because we're as scared as we are. I'm going to open Social Bunny, and I am going to add her on Social Bunny and try to become her friend that way, just because I don't know how great our social interactions are going to go when we're as scared as we are, honestly. So let me just spam this just the tiniest of bits until hopefully it says we're friends. I feel like this is the new take photos together. Do you guys remember when we could just take photos and they would be instant friends? Apparently we can't do that anymore because they patched it. So, okay, it says we're friends. There we go. Perfect. Now, I don't want to be mean, but I do want to send her home because I don't want her like cleaning stuff up for me. I want to do all the cleaning ourselves. So I will send her home for the time being. And we can always call her for social and stuff. Here is something that makes this challenge extra cursed. So I aged up Ophelia from an infant and created Sim, so the game sometimes thinks she is still an infant. So this is her as a young adult sitting in the infant pose, and I really wish the game would stop doing it. The game even keeps saying like she's frequently sneezing and stuff, like toddler quirks, infant quirks, and she's not an infant anymore. So I don't understand how to fix that. That might have been my bad. But yeah, we're gonna come back here and try to clean up for our little roosters. So let's go collect that trash if we can. You guys have no idea how excited I am to be starting this. Another thing is, okay, she can't reach it. All right, so what I think this is I think it's sized up. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to size it down and see if she'll be able to get it now if I size it down. And if she's still not able to get it, then I'll just have to intervene myself. So go try to collect this, and then I don't think she can do anything with this. I think this is just debug. Okay, awesome. She was able to collect it once I sized it down. Oh my goodness, Nikki. That was so nice of you. I was not expecting. Okay, so that was, I'm like, that's a godsend right there. Look, $375 just from that. Okay, we're definitely going to need that because we have all of the lot traits on, we have wild foxes. And I really don't want foxes to attack the chickens because I'm an animal lover and I'll be really, really sad. I will cry. So, yeah. So she should just be able to collect this. I don't know why it's like glitched. Huh. Okay. Theoretically, she could pull the grass with her hands. She could like pull up the weeds. So I'm going to get rid of this, and it doesn't give us any money if I sell it. So I'm just going to sell it. This water bottle. Well, first let's see if she can pick any of this stuff up on her own. Okay. It doesn't look like she can pick any of this stuff up, so I have to pick it up for her. So again, this costs $0. We're just going to say she tosses the water bottle in the trash. We're going to say she tosses the pizza box in the trash. Again, $0. And this pile of trash, I'm sure she could pick up and throw in the trash, but this will actually give us $8. So I'm going to make sure that I don't sell that. What I am going to do is I currently used MC Command Center to turn on debug cheats. So I can just destroy the object and it doesn't give us any money. And she's coming over here to look at this jack-o'-lantern. She's so cute. Is she actually happy? Yeah, she's happy because she made a friend with Nikki. Her needs are good and she's feeling perfect from her social bunny post. Okay, so she's actually having some good moodlets. So now I'm going to drag the trash can out of here and let's see what we can create for our chickens. So we need to put a little chicken coop. So we'll do this. Now, like I said, I'm really nervous because I really don't want the foxes to get our chickens. Like, I will cry. But I don't know if we have enough room to have the chicken coop and a fence. Like, I could cheat and put the chicken coop like off the property like this, but then I can't fence it. So this is really kind of a conundrum for me. Maybe we'll put the chicken coop really, really close here. Okay, do we have any colors? I feel like black would make the most sense for black chickens, and it matches our house the best at the moment. And let's see, can we even attempt to fence them in to protect them from the foxes? Because I will be so sad if the foxes kill them. Alright, so if I were to do this, it would have to be something like this. Yeah, there's just honestly not enough space. Maybe we could clean up this area over here and put the chickens here, and then we could just pay for a fence in here. But that's going to be a big project to pay to have this moved. So I don't think that would work either. Although, theoretically, I don't know if the foxes can run through this car. So this car might actually act as a... This car might actually act as like a temporarily gate. I can't even say the word. Okay, so maybe we put the chicken coop over here next to the graveyard. What do we think? Is this a good plan? And then maybe what we do is we extend this gate like so. And then we pay for a gate. What gate would make sense though? This one? I think this one. That's like all of our money right there. Is there a cheaper one? Is this one cheap? Was not expecting to spend the majority of our money on chickens in the first episode, but this might be a blessing in disguise because we need ingredients to be able to eat. So if the chickens can lay us eggs, that's going to be a good thing. I am going to have her actions. Send Elvis to coop. Will you go to your coop? Okay, he's going. Stop being an infant. Oh my goodness. I really hope that goes away, you guys. If you know a fix for that, let me know. Okay, let's run in here. Is that... I was like, is that a goat head? But it's just the top of a garbage bag. Okay, let's see. Can we lock this for foxes? Lock for... We can lock for chickens. I'm going to lock for everyone but Ophelia, because it's not like we're trapping the ghost in here, because the ghost can go through the fences. And really, nobody but Ophelia should have to go through here anyway. And sadly, I wish the chickens didn't have to live amongst the graveyard, but that's kind of the best situation we have right now. I wasn't planning for chickens. That's just kind of what Nikki threw my way. But since we have chickens, let's go ahead and try to become their friend. So we will remind of dinosaur heritage. And then, oh my goodness, she's scared of the haunted dolls. She's, wait, what just happened? It says, goosebumps from getting spooked. Ophelia can't help but notice this place is a little haunted. Yeah, it is. And she's hot from overheating, so all her outfits are the same, so might as well just change her into her hot weather outfit, I guess. Alright, let's put some feed out for the chickens in case they're hungry. He did not like us telling him he was a dinosaur. Alright. Alright, I will scatter a little bit more of feed. They're so cute. I've never had an obsidian chicken before. Thank you, Nikki. Let's see. Can we hug Elvis, or is he gonna attack us? We should probably get to know them before just hugging them, but I kind of want a picture for the thumbnail. Oh my goodness. Her face. It's so cute. I'm so happy. This was such an unexpected thing. I did not expect to have chickens, and this is the first of hopefully many surprises that Nikki left for us. And just ignore the fact that she keeps turning into an infant. The series is called Cursed after all, and this is a cursed animation, so he's giving us the heart. He loves us. Oh. Okay, you guys, so I am going to go ahead and end this episode here. I definitely went over my usual time, so I'm sorry if it was a long episode. I probably should have stopped playing when I was done explaining the rules and not done gameplay this episode, but I was just so excited to get into the gameplay that I had to squeeze some gameplay into this episode. So again, sorry for the length, and I hope I did an adequate job explaining what the challenge is and the rules and everything. If I did not, you might have better luck reading the WordPress document that's linked in the description. If you have any questions, or if you are going to do this challenge yourself, definitely let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear back from you on your thoughts. But yeah, I'm probably going to be spamming this challenge a lot on the channel because, one, I think it really goes with the month of September, it being, not September, October, with it being like a haunted house and also witchy themed. And also just because I'm just so excited and having so much fun playing it, I don't have the self-control to make myself stop. So anyways, I hope you guys all have a great day, and hopefully I will see you in the next episode. Bye everyone!